Welcome back to another video, everybody. Have you guys ever had somebody tell you that homosexuality is not in the Bible? That it's actually not talking about men laying with other men, but it's actually talking about men laying with little boys, or it's talking about rape, or pedophilia, and they're saying that the Greek and the Hebrew are not talking about a man and a man. So I wanted to test these claims and put together a video that was very comprehensive and to help you guys understand that the Greek and the Hebrew are explicitly talking about male and male homosexual acts, regardless of what other people may tell you or want to believe. So we're going to take their claims, we're going to listen to a few people in the beginning first, and we're going to see kind of what they're saying, and then we're going to test them, and we're going to go to the books. We're going to use the Hebrew, we're going to use the Greek, and we're going to use scripture. And we're also going to use a Merriam-Webster dictionary to see if these words even existed at the time of the Hebrews. What did these words really mean? Now in this video, I'm not going to throw Bible verses and condemn people who are homosexual. That's not what this video is about, and I have no interest in doing that. However, I do want to go to the text. I always want to stick to the historical, accurate text. If somebody's making a claim about the Bible, or what the Bible says, or if the Bible's corrupted, I want to correct them with correct exegesis of the scriptures and linguistically, using textual criticism to make the point that what they're saying is false and the reality of it is actually what will be shown, rather than throwing accusations of what we believe to be the truth. I really honestly, you will never see me outside with a sign telling people they're going to hell. I believe everybody who lives their life has that free will that God gave them, and that's between them and God. That has nothing to do with me. It doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. So please don't think this video is about bashing on homosexuals. We're talking about the text. One side is making a claim, and I'm going to test those claims. That way we can know if it's true or not. So, without further ado, let's dig into it. I hope you guys enjoy.
Is homosexuality condemned in the Bible?
By whom?
By Jesus? By Paul?
No.
So, do you believe that the Bible endorses homosexuality?
I'm gonna stay here.
The Bible does not specifically state anything about homosexuality.
Are you a Christian?
Oh yes, I'm Pentecostal actually.
Okay, Pentecostal Christian. Does the Bible say in the New Testament that homosexuality is wrong?
No, it does not.
Oh, the word homosexual was never in the Bible. It wasn't in the Bible till 1946, and the word it replaced translates to pedophile. Wonder why they did it, must be a mystery.
The word in Hebrew refers to child molesters. It wasn't until 1946 that anyone even tried to say that it referenced homosexuality. Let me repeat that, 1946. 1946 is when they made that adjustment to the Bible.
So yes, the Greek word arsenokoitai was translated to homosexuals in 1946 by the RSV committee. However, the understanding of the word arsenokoitai and homosexuality in the Old Testament and the New Testament have always been the same. The early church has always been opposed to the same-sex intercourse. The oldest manuscripts that we have for the Old Testament and the New Testament all say the same thing, which are in our Bibles today. They have not been changed. Yes, they've translated the Greek, the Hebrew, Aramaic, and Latin into the English language, but that doesn't corrupt the meaning of the text. That is important to understand. There's a difference between transmission of text and translation of text. We can look at the old manuscripts and see that the text has not been corrupted simply because it's been translated into a language that we can understand today. So even if the word homosexuals was added in 1946, that does not take away the meaning of how they understood it before 1946. So again, clearly a TikToker talking about something they do not know. That's why she used Greek and claimed that it was Hebrew. As always, we're going to take the claims that these people are making and we're going to test them. Claim number one would be that homosexuality was not in the Bible, and it was later added into the Bible in 1946. They claim the original word was pedophilia. However, this cannot be true since the word pedophilia wasn't created until 1906. The word wasn't even known in their time. But to prove that, let's look at the etymology of the word, pedophilia. Here we're at the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Pedophilia. Word history. First known use, 1906. So if they're claiming that the Hebrew was saying pedophilia, but the word wasn't first known until 1906, how about the word molest? Nope, they can't be talking about molest or molestation because that word wasn't known until the 15th century, way after the manuscripts had already been written. What about in the Hebrew? Did the Hebrews know what the word molest meant? And what is it in Hebrew? Oh, there is no word for molest in Hebrew because it didn't exist. It didn't exist until the 15th century. How about rape? What is the Hebrew word for rape? And is it found in the verses that they claim it's speaking about? Well, the first known use of the word rape wasn't around till the 14th century. So it can't be that. And the word rape in the Merriam-Webster dictionary is not the same as the word abuse in the Hebrew. Now let's see if any of these words are found in the text of these verses they claim. They say it's not about homosexuality, it's about rape and molestation. They say it's not talking about men, it's talking about little boys. But before that, I want to touch back on what she said in the video, when she mentioned the word arsenokoitai, the Greek word. How did the Apostle Paul get this word? And how do we know it's referring to men sleeping with other men? Well, the Apostle Paul took the two words and added them together. Arsen meaning man, and the word koitai meaning bed. Arsenokoitai literally means men who beds other males. And you could see in the Strong's Lexicon, the Greek, the word homosexual sodomite, arsenokoitites. Homosexual sodomite, a male engaging in the same gender sexual activity. And in the Hebrew it shows you male. And bed, and claim number 2, the Bible was speaking about pedophilia, not homosexuality. The Hebrew and Greek were translated as little boy referring to pedophilia, not translated to be talking about homosexuality. But first we must look at the Bible verses people are referring to when they make these claims. And second, we must look at the Hebrew for the Old Testament verses and see the words that are used for boy and man in the context of these verses, to see if they are really talking about little boys or if they are talking about men sleeping with men. Well, in the Hebrew, the word boy is yeled, child, boy, youth, yeled. And nahar, boy, lad, youth, servant, young man. Let's see if these words are in any of the verses that we're about to read. In the Hebrew word for adult male is zachar. Let's see if this word is in the verses. Now, Leviticus 20:13. If there is a man who sleeps with a male, as those who sleep with a woman, both of them have committed a detestable act. When we look at the Hebrew of Leviticus 20:13, we could see right here that the word for male is zachar, which means a man, not a boy. So that nowhere in this verse in the Hebrew does it reference a little boy. So none of the words relating to rape or boy are found in the Hebrew text. Regarding Leviticus 20:13, as they claim it does. They say it's talking about a little boy in this context. However, the Hebrew shows that it is talking about a man because it does not use the Hebrew word yeled for a boy, therefore debunking that claim. But now let's take a look at Leviticus 18:22. You shall not sleep with a male as one sleeps with a female. It is an abomination. And again, the word here, zahar, is male. A male, not a boy. If it was a boy, it would say yeled. Now let's look at the New Testament Bible verses. Do they refer to homosexuality, man sleeping with another man, or are they talking about pedophilia, as these people say they are? Since we know arsenokoitai means man laying in bed with another man, we should be able to see that within these verses. Is this word used in the Greek to reference a man sleeping with another man? In Romans 1:26, for this reason God gave them over to degrading passions, for their women exchanged natural relations for that which is contrary to nature. Now if we look at the context of this passage, we know that this is not talking about men and little boys, not only because it's not in the Greek, but also because we know it's talking about an act that goes against the natural order of things, of God's natural creation, described in Genesis, because God made man for a woman and a woman for a man. So how they got pedophilia out of this, I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe it's something they heard and they just keep regurgitating. But when you read it in context, it's definitely talking about something that's unnatural, and it's not talking about men with little boys or rape. And in Romans 1:27, and likewise the men too abandoned natural relations with women and burned in their desire toward one another, males with males, committing shameful acts. Again, it's speaking about abandoning the natural relations, that of a man and a woman, for a man with a man, the unnatural. But let's see if the Greek words refer to adult men or boys. And right here we could see males, and if it was talking about a little boy, it would have said pais, which is a Greek word for a male child boy. But it doesn't say pais. It says arsonist, males. Now in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, 9 through 11, the word here is homosexuals. Let's go to the Greek. And there's the word arsenokoitai, homosexuals. Man laying in bed with another man, not a boy. Because you don't see the word pais used in this, it is referring to an adult male. In 1 Timothy 1:10, again the word homosexuals. And in the Greek, again, arsenokoitais, which means a man lying in bed with another man, not with a boy. So these two women claim that the word arsenokoitai means pedophile, not homosexuals, or anything to do with homosexuality. But pedophilia is nowhere to be found in the Greek or the Hebrew. And as we can see, arsenokoitai means a male engaging in the same gender sexual activity, therefore debunking their claim that arsenokoitai means pedophile or anything to do with pedophilia. This is false. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching another video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. And if there's any other topics that you want me to tackle or confront, let me know. I love doing these videos. I like searching for truth. And instead of people just shouting the loudest of what they think is true, I think it's important that we ask these people, where did you hear this? How did you come to this conclusion? And what evidence do you have to back this up? Can you cite your sources? So I enjoy doing this. And if you have any ideas, throw them at me, and possibly I will make those videos as well. As always, have a great day, and God bless all of you guys.